Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to... This is Liam, Jacob, and James. I'm actually still stuck in some rubble here in Chicago from the whole Omni-Man thing. I'm not dead, but my arm is actually pinned. Anyway, that being said, we're going to talk about Invincible today.
I got a little air hole. We're going to talk about Invincible, the season... Well, it's not a season finale. It's like a season...
It's a mid-season finale.
Okay, yeah, perfect. The mid-season finale just came out. Spoiler alert, we really, really liked it. And you know why we really, really liked it? Because we really, really like Omni-Man. And Omni-Man was all up in this guy.
Yes.
Yep, he was.
Take it away, co-hosts.
James, you go ahead.
Yeah, so I know that we've been talking, not in recording, just about how we wanted the show to handle Omni-Man. There was a point where we were like, hey, we'd actually maybe think it'd be cool if Mark got a whole season until he met Omni-Man again. We thought that could be cool. But, dude, he was right there in the last episode, and so we were very curious to see how he was handled in this one. And full spoilers just right at the start, they've already kind of started to get in on the redemption kind of morally gray storytelling with Omni-Man.
Which I predicted,
which I thought,
by the way, in our video.
I missed you.
That's a crazy prediction, by the way.
And I
no
thought,
one would have seen that coming.
I, for one, think it's a risk to do a redemption storyline a little quicker. You know, not quite like Zuko where you do it over a whole show. I think it doesn't always work. I thought they actually did a really good job getting right to the point with it. So what did you guys think of how they handled Omni-Man?
I mean, I thought it was great. I really liked the weird bug alien stuff. Particularly with the fact that Omni-Man, like, he got busy. He landed on Bug World and instantly pumped out another Viltrumite.
Yeah, what a hound. What a hound.
Yeah.
It's been months.
There has been a consistent thread throughout this season. Maybe I'm projecting. But there is definitely like some step family, divorced parents. Am I the only one picking up on that?
No, I think that this season really wanted to drive home that kind of divorced family drama coming off the heels of last season's finale. And I thought that they've handled it very well. I thought it's felt very authentic, especially with Debbie. But I thought we really got to see that authentic writing with Mark and Nolan's side with this episode.
Yeah, like, I feel like, you know, when you go through a situation like that, particularly what it seems like they're hinting at with the inspiration for it, where, you know, Nolan left Mark's life kind of like a father abandons their son.
I made a mistake, and I've thought about you every day.
A mistake!
And then you kind of understand that, you know, how innocent the stepmom character was with the bug lady. He was Kim Wexler, which was really funny.
She didn't do nothing.
She didn't do nothing wrong. Mark's brother didn't do nothing wrong. And I thought that put Mark in a good position to have like another boundary to break with his dad. I really like that.
Well, it painted Mark as just a super good guy. And it highlighted, I think, really well sort of what makes him tick, where Mark is the kind of guy where he's able to put aside his feelings and what he wants to do for the greater good of people, and even if those people aren't like his people, you know, humans, like he's willing to, yeah, there is a lot of Superman DNA in there, but he's willing to like miss out on his first week of college to help these bug people he barely knows, and then even when he finds out there was kind of a ruse, he's able to like look past what happened with his dad for a bit to help out these bug people. So Invincible continues to be an extremely likable protagonist. I don't want to see the boy get hurt too bad, but I want to see him get hurt a little bit, which I think it's a good segue into the emergence of the Viltrumite Empire in this. What do we think of those guys?
Because you're Nolan's son, I'll make this quick.
It really reminded me of, we were talking about Superman DNA. It reminded me of Superman 2 with Zod and the other Kryptonians in that movie. Like the way that they fight, the way that they fly, their whole demeanor reminded me of that, which was really fun. But I thought it really added a lot of context to Omni-Man.
For sure.
To see how brutal they are, to see the culture that he was brought up in, and just not only the Viltrumites, but the way that he acts. It adds a lot of context to how much wasn't a lie in the first season.
Well, one of the moments I really appreciated that organically, because I do agree that we were getting to Omni-Man's redemption a lot earlier than I thought we were going to. One of the moments that I thought organically built it up is when the Steve Harvey Viltrumite was, I know he looks like Steve Harvey, was saying to Mark, either kill a few people and get them to obey you, or we're going to kill them all. And maybe that's what
Steve Harvey didn't say that. That was
Clancy
the
Brown.
general.
That was the Clancy Brown.
That's right. That was Clancy Brown. Okay, I'm sorry, but I did like that we understand like how Nolan was conditioned, and that pressure's going to be start putting on Mark, and I really like that.
And they used a lot of good contrast with Debbie. I mean, her whole thing this season has been, my life was a lie. I never knew Nolan. And I think what we're starting to see, you get the first hints of that when Nolan is just trying not to cry after he's beat the ever-living hell out of Mark at the end of last season. And I think now that we've seen that he went like adrift in space.
He was about to
almost
kill
killed
himself, yeah.
Yeah, he almost killed himself in a black hole. You can tell that the time on Earth had a genuine impact on him. And so I think kind of confirming like that school of thought to Nolan or Omni-Man in season 1, it makes what they do with him in this episode more believable. I for one thought, I really bought in. And you kind of see it when he does almost kill himself. He had an instinctual reaction to save that ship. When a Viltrumite would have said, if they can't survive this black hole, they don't deserve to live. So
yeah, Nolan, he wants to be a hero. At least a part of him does.
Yeah, it seems like he really misses it. Or maybe that's his
really
more
like how-
natural state.
I like how in Invincible, aliens have like completely different complexes and morals and definitions of right and wrong, instead of just like diet humans. I really like that they like Viltrumites do not feel recognizable to the way that we act.
No.
And Nolan is in this like weird gray zone in between the two. And I think that's what makes him such a complicated character.
Well, we see that when he goes and sees, what are they, the Thraxans? Was that their name?
Yeah.
When he sees how many of them have died, it almost makes him relapse. Like he chokes Mark and he's like, I don't want to feel this way. Why is this better?
You don't understand! I'm not supposed to feel this way!
And I thought that also really added value to me. That when he gets faced with the consequences of allowing those emotions to come through, he's like, damn, I didn't have to feel this when I acted like a Viltrumite. And Mark says, this is how you should have felt on Earth. And you see that stirs in him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I think they did a really good job of building off of kind of what was in between the lines of season 1 to make a very quick turn into kind of redemption territory feel very natural. They've really pushed him into something where I don't know what to expect now. That makes me very excited. And now Mark is fully engrossed in the Viltrumite drama, because now they're like, hey, you survived, you're strong. Go take up your dad's mission, which is a crazy, crazy turn to take.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I like that there is still a lot of the Viltrumite in Nolan. Like, it doesn't feel like...
It wasn't like a switch flip, yeah.
No, like, the DNA is still there.
He didn't purge it all immediately,
Yeah. And I think that's where the character growth is going to come from, is like him having to resist that is going to be very, very difficult for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'm really curious that if Omni-Man eventually does go back to Earth, he might be confronting Debbie. I think that's going to be a very interesting conversation. And now with Mark, he is starting to regain a sympathetic view of his dad. And I think we even talked about this in the last review. If Megamind, Baxter Stockman, sees that Mark has any complicated feelings about his dad, he's going to freak out thinking about all these multiversal evil Invincibles. And we're already getting that set up.
That was like a seed that was thrown at us that is this looming thing that I'm ready for us to get back to.
Yeah, well, what a flip, because I know that we were a little apprehensive about the multiverse stuff coming in, and actually they set it up, they pulled back, they focused more on kind of the circle of characters that we know, and now they've made it really interesting to see how that multiverse stuff and this new villain comes back in. I think they've done a really good job of blending it all.
I think my two big things coming out of this episode is I honestly would have liked this first half of the season just to be a little longer.
I think everybody's gonna feel that way. Yeah.
No, not in like I want more. I want episode 5. Like I feel like these 4 episodes in the story we got is like pretty dense.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like maybe if it was like 5 episodes long, it would have been a little better. But also at the same time, this is a very good mid-season finale, where all the characters have hit a very natural, satisfying. I hate to use the word low point, but I know where they're all gonna have to push through in the back half, and it feels very purposeful that they had to cut it here.
They're all going through it, man. Even Donald's going through it.
Donald
Yeah,
is totally
so-
going through it, dude. He's like, what is he, a robot? What is? I guess we'll
I
find
have
out.
no idea.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what to make of that whole thing.
Obviously, it is tough that we do have to wait, but I think that what this first half of the season has shown is that Invincible is proving to be worth the wait. I'm very excited to see the back
Well, the
half.
thing that sets Invincible apart from most shows that do lose their footing in the second season is that, unlike most comics in America, Invincible has a very clear beginning, middle, and end. It's written like a book series or like a manga, where it's not just like going on for eternity. And I think that allows the character arcs with Mark and Nolan and all the other characters who are like depressed and miserable right now to really flow. So I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10.
This is definitely among my favorite episodes.
It's like the top 3 episodes, in my opinion, are the premiere, the season 1 finale, and this.
Yeah, I would also give this episode a 9. I was very happy with it. It has me eagerly looking forward to when the show comes back, and I'm pretty happy with this. Liam, any final thoughts? Score?
I mean, I'm just excited to see where it goes. Most of all, I'm excited to get out of this rubble. This freaking sucks. But I think I'll meet you at about a 9. I feel like maybe for me it's a bit closer to an 8 than it is a 10. But it's a super solid 9.
Yeah, I don't think it's near a 10, but I think it's a solid, firm 9.
It's super solid. It's about as solid as 9s get. But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, watch again, donate to the Chicago Relief Project, because some girl like flew in here and like fixed some stuff and it broke again. I don't know who's in charge of this crap. Anyway, this has been Holy Plot. Get out of here. Go on.